Well, shall we move on to, because there were some, as we've alluded to, some big shocks this
Yeah,
weekend.
let's do it.
Let's move on to one of the ones that we didn't see coming. Panthers losing at home to the Chargers.
Proper shocker that was.
I mean, who foresaw the Panthers only scoring 3 points?
Everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's three more than normal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the reason I brought that up is nothing to do with the game that they heavily lost. It's the news from, was it yesterday? We recorded on Tuesday, so I think this broke on Monday. Bryce Young has been benched.
Yes, yeah.
What do we think about this? Because this is the big story on the NFL Network at the moment.
Well, it is, because I think going back in history, no matter where Andy Dalton has gone as a backup quarterback, I think he's played the majority of the season.
But
and here he is again.
Weirdly, Andy Dalton isn't the big story. The big story is apparently this is the earliest benching for a number one draft pick.
Is it?
Yeah, number one overall draft pick. This is the earliest benching because it's 8. He's had 18 starts.
So I mean, you'll obviously understand. I've not heard of Andy Dalton. So who is he?
What?
Where's he come from?
Originally, he was good.
Where hasn't he been?
Yeah, he's been everywhere.
Is he like another Josh Johnson?
He's a talented Josh Johnson who actually gets a game and can play.
He did his career at Bengals before. What's he called? What's his name? Joe Burrows came.
So has he played much then?
He always played back 5 years ago.
He's 86 years old.
Yeah, 5 years ago, he was just
coming out. He's a year below Daz in school.
I went to school with his dad.
Why is he not on a team?
He's a renter backup. He has been for the last 10 years.
Right, okay.
Have you put in up now?
Nicknamed the Red Rifle.
Yeah. And you'll
no one's ever referred to him as the Red Rifle.
No.
His mum might have.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Only 36 he is as well.
Bengals 11-19, Cowboys 2020, Chicago Bears 2021, Saints 22, Panthers 23 to present.
Yeah.
Career highlights.
He played for all of them. Oh yeah, he wasn't shit.
Okay.
In his Bengals days, he wasn't shit. He'd be one of those mediocre. He's the sort of level Will Levis could reach. He could become the next Andy Dalton, I think, Will Levis. Okay. He's that kind of middling quarterback, but he was good. He was solid enough.
It was good. It was good in Cincinnati. That when he left Cincinnati, kind of like he's tailed off. His record sits at 83 and 78 and 2 ties. But since 2015. He's finished the season 6-9-1, 7-9, 5-6, 2-11, 4-5, 3-3 were particularly a good season for him. 6-8 and 0-1, and now he comes in to the Carolina Panthers.
I also saw this thing about Andy Dalton. Statistically, he's the worst playoff quarterback ever. I think he's played or maybe 5. He's lost all of them, and his passer ratings in those games has been absolutely dog shit as well.
In terms of Bryce Young, then, is this the end we see? Is this the last we see of him, or is there a way back for him here?
I think they have absolutely shat on Bryce Young here. I think that the amount of problems in that Panthers organisation. I'm not even just saying the team. All over the pitch, obviously they're shit. But whoever's making the big decisions there as well is a fucking idiot as well. And I think they're just trying to scapegoat someone, and they've decided on a young lad who's not even played 20 games. I think they've treated him like absolute shit.
He's not going to get any better in that offense or that team. He reminds me of Sam Howell last season at Washington. Sam Howell was going to be, that was his audition to be a starting quarterback for Washington. last season, and in places went really, really well. They did 3 or 4 on the bounce good games, but behind a shocking, absolutely ridiculous offensive line, and he lost all confidence, and that's what's happened to Bryce Young. He has no confidence in that offense, and why should he? He's hearing footsteps when there's none there, and he's panicking. So the Panthers are not the team for Bryce Young. He needs a little bit of a line there. But whether he's done, I don't think so. I think he's still a talented player, but it's not with the Panthers. It doesn't matter who you put at Panthers quarterback.
Do you think it's the best thing for him then? Take him out of this.
The best thing for him. The problem is how the Panthers drafted him, which was they gave up so much draft capital to get him.
True story.
So they're not bringing anyone else in. They're not bringing in any O-line to protect him because they've got no draft. They've gone, we need the number 1 pick. We're going to get the number 1 overall quarterback. And every single draft board had him as the number 1 overall quarterback as well. So it wasn't like it was a surprise pick or anything. And they brought him in and then gone, right, how are we going to protect him? What are we going to do to stop this guy getting flattened every single week? Oh, we can't do anything. We'll just have to do our best. And that's the situation they found themselves in.
Yeah, so what they've done to protect him is let him have 5 to 7, 9 step drops as well instead of the quick in and out, quick slants. No, let's just drop him back 7, 9 steps. He's
got no chance. He's going into a situation and everyone goes, oh, you'd expect him to improve second year. Why not? Nothing around him's improved.
Exactly.
In fact, everything around him is probably even worse this year.
It has gone worse. It has gone worse. Like I said last week, they're signing people from free agents who's not want to buy anyone, and they're bringing them in. It's just they'll drop 3 from the practice squad, or bring 3 in, look at him, then they'll drop them 3, bring another 3, and it's just a revolving door there. Revolving door. It's not the policy. It's whoever's there, and I don't know who the GM is down there, but they've got a massive job on their hands just to rebuild the Panthers.
What Bryce Young needs, what he needs is to have had a famous dad who will cry about having to join a shit team in the draft.
Oh, yeah,
he's not a Manning, is he? He's not a Manning.
Exactly. No.
Is there a scenario where he gets traded, spends a bit of time on a bench somewhere half decent, and then slams back into the spotlight and has
I hope so. I really hope so.
I'm going to say yeah.
But what will the Panthers want in order to give him up? This is his second season, so it'll be a cheap option if someone can get him. But the Panthers will go, well, this is a number 1 overall draft pick. We want a fucking shitload if you want.
But without being able to back that up, yes, his only capital is the fact that he was a number 1 pick.
Yeah, but that's how the Panthers will see it.
So really, it's the worst possible scenario for him because he's not going to get the move because he'll be priced out of it.
I think so.
Can I put a team for him? I think he won't start again unless Dalton goes down. I think Dalton will remain their quarterback for the rest of the season. They'll get a quarterback, a Josh Johnson type behind Andy Dalton. That's a scary thought, isn't it? But listen to this. If Tua retires or there's no comeback from Tua, Miami will be a great place for him to go to. Absolutely fantastic place. I can see him for Miami doing a great job at Miami. I really can.
What do you reckon Miami would give up for a Tua replacement? Because the Panthers aren't going to let him go on the cheap.
No, absolutely not.
As far as they're concerned, they're going for another 4 years, nearly 4 years.
Well, what was you put him? He's not a first round, is he? Surely you're going to agree he's not a first round pick anymore, given his performances. I know it's at Panthers, so you're probably looking at probably 2 2s or a 2 and a 3.
Maybe, or make them conditional if he on performance or something like that. Yeah. Maybe a second rising to a first based on X number of touchdowns or something like that.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. But I think Miami would be a perfect fit.
Maybe.
I can see him doing real well in that offense. He just needs a bit of protection.
I just hope he gets a chance somewhere. I think it would show the unfairness of the draft if he never got a run at being being a decent quarterback. If he's at a decent team and shit, that's completely different. But you could put Mahomes in that Panthers team and he'd be getting flattened every game in exactly the same way.
I think it's harsh, isn't it? It's like, I know I put you through the ringer watching the Washington and the Giants game, but Malik Neighbours drops a crucial fourth down. Of course, they can't kick field goals because their kicker, Graham Gano, he's pulled a hammy. So they're going for it on third and fourth down, and they've got to because they can't kick a field goal. So Neighbours played extraordinarily well, great player. And he drops a fourth down crucial catch. And at the end, the New York Giants fans are actually thanking him so they can get rid of Daniel Jones. But it's like, if you're a wide receiver and you're picked highly, like Neighbours as, you usually go into a team that is shit and they don't have a decent quarterback. So really, he's dropped it. Maybe he's done it on purpose. So hopefully they get to the end of the season, get a top first round pick, get a quarterback, and that improves his numbers. But maybe
I don't think there's looking like a deep quarterback.
It's not
draft next
really
year,
isn't. But it's still a first round pick. You can still give that first round pick and bring. Hey, they could bring in someone for Panthers.
Yeah, but it'll be the Giants would just go, oh right, we'll get another wide receiver because
we'll go for a kicker.
Yeah, they could do that, but that's the bottom line with the Panthers. So they're run shit, and until they stop being run shit, this is just going to continue to happen. If they get another quarterback next year, it will happen again.
Yeah, they've nothing out of the side of the ball either. Offensively poor, defensively poor. It's.
I think we'll see on Sunday. Like, if Dalton gets back, it's probably a bad test against Vegas.
Max Crosby next week.
Crosby and
Crosby's fucking licking his lips at the announcement that Andy Dalton is just going to stand there and wait for him to get
which potentially is why they decided to hook Bryce now, because they knew what he was going to face.
I don't think they've given him any consideration at all.
Probably not. No.